chicken.
just bought it in a Quick Trip pretzel, and that Quick Trip pretzel was pretty sloppy. That was a sloppy pretzel.
Quick Trip has some okay, like their pretzels aren't bad, but they definitely. I mean,
I don't know. I know people like some soft pretzels, but I like mine to be a little firmer than that.
Yeah. I
was
like a little bite to it.
Yeah, it reminded me of the one from when Little Caesars was doing the pretzel crust. Yeah. So,
garbage.
Yeah, it was just way too much. They always put a shitload of salt on there too, and I like salt, but I only like a little bit. But for pretzels, it's usually just dumped all over.
Yeah. It literally looks like there might be cocaine on that pretzel because of how much fucking dust is on there.
Yeah, it's way too much. I should have got the Parmesan one or something, because then it probably wouldn't have been as salty.
I doubt it. I ordered a buffalo chicken sandwich today at lunch and got it and cut it in half like I normally do to kind of let it breathe. Obviously, I've been in the fryer and wasn't paying no attention. Took a bite of it. It was okay. Took another bite of it towards the center. And I bit into it and it kind of bounced back like it was gristly. I was like, all right, it's chicken. It's got some gristle. So I bit into it again and it did the same thing. And I'm like, that's definitely a little too chewy to be gristle. I looked down and you could see where it was white on the outside and just cold, dead center of the fucking chicken. And I just was like, oh, girl. Like it was really bad. So I've come to find out they had fried it for like 3 minutes less than what it was supposed to be fried for. I got my lunch for free, but
I was gonna say, couldn't that get somebody sick or something?
Yeah, it's good that I worked there, so it wasn't a big deal. Like that's some salmonella style. I could report you. Oh man, I'm super sick all of a sudden, and boom, lawsuit. You know, I was just like
It's like frozen chicken, right? That they fry. Yeah. So is that like already cooked once and then frozen and then you cook it again?
I think it's breaded. I don't think it's cooked. I think it's just dipped and breaded and frozen. So I mean, it was pretty. I mean, it was rough. Like you looked at it and you were like, like I've only had one other bad chicken experience. And that was at a buffet place, and I had gotten some fried chicken off of the buffet and bit into it. And it was just bloody chicken.
Was that Pizza Ranch?
No, it was a big buffet that used to be on 86th Street, Ryan's actually.
I don't know. 86th Street. I don't know. Yeah. I've been on the only buffet that I've gone on 86th Street is Pizza Ranch.
Yeah, no, the Ryan's buffet, not your buffet obviously, but Ryan's buffet.
I don't like buffets. Don't make any sense to me. I don't understand how everybody's not just constantly getting sick from going to a buffet, because that's just food out in the open for anybody to just sneeze, put their hands in.
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't mind a good Chinese buffet. You're going to be putting a coffin when you're done there. Yeah, I don't mind a good Chinese buffet, but yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of buffets. I don't find the need for that.
I haven't caught the flu yet. Let's go to the buffet. Get out of the way.
Let me just go ahead and put myself in a hospital for a couple of days.
Yeah. Buffets or something else. They're always they look really cheap, but it costs like $10 or $11 just to start the buffet.
Yep.
That's kind of, depending on where you go to eat, that's more expensive than just a regular meal, depending on where you go.
Or the same price, and if you're only going to have one plate.
Yeah, and then you feel like you need to eat whatever you can to earn that.
It gives you a false sense of like, I need to eat my worth here, and you're like, no, you don't. That's not just
I don't want most of this food.
I'm gonna eat it because I paid $10 for this. God damn it!
Yeah, and I don't trust any of the Pizza Ranch food.
Yeah, we went to, I think the biggest buffet we went to was down at one of the casinos, I believe, and it was like $23 per person per buffet.
Yeah, that's what it's like here. I was not expecting that.
It was it was seafood night, so I guess I should have been a little more like conscious of it. I don't like seafood, but the coconut wife, you get load up on the crab legs and the shrimp and all that. I'm over here with like chicken strips and mashed potatoes, and I'm paying $23 for this shit. I'm like, this doesn't seem like a smart idea to me.
Yeah, they have the buffet that I went to had a lot of variety, so they had a shitload of food. But still, is way too expensive.
Yeah, it's just not necessary for me anyway. But anyway, hello.
Not that much.
Yeah, I don't think so. Welcome to the Level Up Show podcast. I am your host. I am Derek. With me, as always, it is Mr. Ryan, not of Ryan's Buffet fame, thankfully.
I am
I
a
would have had to sue
buffet
you.
expert, though.
You are an expert on
Buffet reviews.
Yes, you
Even
have.
though I actively avoid buffet.
Yeah, Ryan's buffet.com is where you can find his writings at. Not joining us tonight is Mr. Careful Ralph. He is out with some illness. He's illin. He's from being too chillin'. He's a little too cold. His brain's freezing up. It's a lot. It's a lot going on down there.
Trying to get JimmyBuffett.com, but it's not working.
What about Jiminy Buffett? Can you buy Jiminy?
I bet that's probably available. I bet that's available.
Jiminy Buffett is maybe the right call there. Maybe you should buy that. Jiminy Buffett's Buffet Extravaganza.
Yeah,
right on all your.
I don't know if I could use Jiminy Cricket though. That might.
No, that might be an infringement. I don't know. Is Pinocchio fair use yet? I think it's close. Robin is fair use.
It's not a Disney story, right? It's just they made a movie about it. So
they made a very popular movie. Yeah, they're not.
I could use my own knockoff drawing of Jiminy Cricket.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure that'd be okay.
I don't know. Jiminy Buffett's buffetblowout.com sounds like a pretty great name.
There's got to be some fancy buffet out there that doesn't look like it's going to kill you or cause you to be in the bathroom the rest of the night, but I've not seen one.
What's funny is, so if you've ever, we went to a breakfast buffet, I guess, recently, like a Sunday brunch style buffet. That was actually really good. And breakfast food's kind of hard to fuck up anyway. But yeah, breakfast buffet. It had prime rib on it, a bunch of different kind of porks, it had ribs and shit. It was I thought that was well worth the price that we paid, considering the kids were free and we just paid, I think it was $20 a piece for us. That was definitely worth it. That's probably the best buffet I've been to.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to a breakfast one.
That's a 5-star buffet. That was a 5-star buffet.
Out of how many?
At least 6.
Okay, so not quite perfect.
Not quite perfect.
Who is?
Yeah, no one can be, especially when it comes to Ryan's buffetblowout.com.
Well, I have a very strong bias against hating all buffets.
all buffets can only score between a 0 and a 1.
Yeah, they all got 0 stars.
Yeah, they're all fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. Episode 176. It is a duos episode, as I said, but same stuff here. Everything's going to be the same. We're going to talk about I got a topic lined up for us later in the show. We got some user write-ins, some comments about what we're going to talk about. We got some news. We got games that we played, and no surmise the score this week. So we'll put that on hold until Ralph gets back. He will be back, hopefully, better than ever. Next week, we'll see how it goes. As we progress through the holidays, it might get a little tougher for him to show up, but we'll see what we can do. We got some potential guests lined up as well. So might see some new faces here on the Level Up Show podcast. But let's start with some news, shall we, Mr. Ryan? You down for that?
Sure.
First thing I got for you is, everybody's favorite Fortnite player, Ninja, right? You're familiar with Ninja?
Yeah, I know about Ninja.
You know about the Ninja. So apparently, this is back about a week ago, November 19th, from Nathan Grayson, who reports over at Kotaku. Ninja is apparently reporting Fortnite rivals, or people he has come up against quite often, and getting them banned.
Not the cheating.
The fans don't believe that they are cheating. He thinks the article talks about how it seems as though Ninja, or Tyler Blevins, found surrounded by a ton of criticism because reporting people, and he doesn't face any consequences. These people are getting banned or just reporting because he's getting stream sniped. That's kind of a tongue twister. Stream sniped. So. Yeah. Basically, what that means is he thinks somebody is watching his stream and also in the same match he is and sniping him based on that. And so what he is saying is he's going out there and he believes that these people are cheating. He's getting them banned. People don't believe that they're cheating, and they think he is just picking on good players because he wants to be the best. And Epic is just doing it because Epic is getting a lot of money because of this person. It was a very strange story to me to read. How
do they prove any of that stuff? Like, I don't know how Epic determines if they were doing that, because that's what he does for a living, right? That's all he does.
Yes.
So it's very likely there are people doing that, but I don't know how they determine if the ones he's reporting are actually doing it or not.
He pops in and just says Epic's going to ban people for no reason, even if he says anything or not. People assuming that he is causing this is naive. I think it's both ways, right? I think he does have a lot of pull within Epic, and to be able to say, hey, this is happening and you need to ban these people, I think they will definitely take a look at it and maybe use a little bit more caution and ban these people more often than not. There's no proof around it. But at the same time, play to play. If people are stream snapping you, it's 2018. Like that's something that's going to happen. That is not up to you to police that. You do not work for Epic. You play the game. You bring in Epic a lot of money. It's kind of the basketball mentality, right? Shut up and play. Shut up and dribble. Just play the game. Like you're streaming to millions of dollars, and you're worried about one person stream snapping you once. I don't think it's going to hurt your brand to lose a match in Fortnite.
Yeah. Do they even have tournaments or anything for that?
They've had some celebrity tournaments. I don't know about esports. I haven't paid enough attention to see if they've done esports on it yet. But either way, I think the biggest thing that stuck with me with that story was just that we've gotten to a point now that an influencer, someone who literally streams games and makes millions of dollars, can also flex that nut hard enough to get people kicked out of the game for playing because he is assuming he's getting fucked over. It just, I don't know, it stuck really strangely with me. Like, that felt weird.
Well, I don't know how they report people for either Fortnite or I'm assuming he's on Twitch. But I know YouTube, they show you who reported you, right?
Do they really?
I'm pretty sure. So if they show you who reported you, it should be pretty clear to show that Ninja's the one who reported you. But
right.
I don't know how Twitch or Fortnite handles that.
Yeah. It seemingly is that they bend to his will and do what they want. But again, there's not really any proof behind any of it. But check out that article if you want to. Make it in the details. Some stuff all the way back is October. Talking about Ninja's reporting and things of that nature. I just thought that was kind of interesting.
Is he the only one? There's other popular streamers.
Yeah, he's the one that's garnering the most attention, at least based on Fortnite. There's not I have not heard about another streamer of that nature. I also don't pay a lot of attention to streaming games or esports or things of that nature. So
you're not going to start streaming with like Ninja 420X to see if you can get some views because you got Ninja.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to hop on that bandwagon. Absolutely. I mean, if you could share like a cool million with me, I'll do whatever you need.
You could be like palette swap Ninja.
Yeah. Dark. I am the dark ninja. That's what I am. Yeah. Hence the skin tone. I am dark ninja. Yeah. As long as he just let me ride that coattail for a little longer, I'm down with it.
Does he play on PC or does he play on PS4?
PC. He's PC. Yeah. I think all the good players, good GUD, play on PC. Yeah.
Snoop Dogg good.
You know what? Snoop Dogg's great. Actually,
I don't even know if he plays Fortnite. I know Drake does.
Yeah, Drake's all about that Fortnite. I see. I don't even know. There's been a lot of team ups lately of people. I think Logic was playing Fortnite recently. The rapper. It's a weird thing, but
yeah.
It'll all change in January because they're all going to stop playing Fortnite and play a game that I never thought was going to come out, but a game that has finished development. That is Kingdom Hearts 3.
Is there a competitive version of that?
There might be a Battle Royale mode. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts Battle Royale mode.
Not sure how that would work.
I don't know. Disney would have to sign off on it.
Goofy will get banned.
For being too goofy, yeah. Square Enix has come out and said that Kingdom Hearts 3 has completed development 13 years and change to the last date of the game, Kingdom Hearts 2, back in 2006, I do believe. You obviously have January 29th, 2019 as the date for the release. Xbox One, PS4. A new trailer got dropped from Tetsuya Nomura. Obviously, you have 1.5, 2.5, 2.8 all out, ready to go. In case you have not played these games that have been around for fucking ever.
Yeah. Do they still have time to release another collection, though?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, they could put it 2.9 is coming out January 1st. That's the New Year's Eve drop. The ball's dropping, and it's going to be Sora's balls right into your mouth.
I don't know if that's enough time in between though, if you've never played it, to get that on January and then finish it all before.
By game, I just mean it's just going to be all the cutscenes. You just hit play and watch them again. Just watch all the cutscenes.
Even then, I don't know.
It's probably a lot.
I can't remember who it was. I can't remember who I was listening to, but somebody was talking. Oh, I think it was Jan. He was talking about how he started playing one of the, because he's got both. I think he's got all the both of the collections or whatever.
Right.
He started playing one of the ones that is only cutscenes, and he didn't know it was only cutscenes. So he said he like sat there for like an hour just zoning out, not even realizing that he hadn't started playing the game yet.
Yep.
And then he was like, "Oh shit, this is just cutscenes."
Yeah, I mean that game will put you into a trance. It will lull you into a false sense of responsibility, and it will nothing ever going to come of it.
Yeah, I can't imagine he was actually understanding anything that was being said either in those cutscenes. But
I hit play, got my trophy. I didn't watch any of it.
Yeah, I can't explain any of that stuff.
Light versus
sea
the
salt
dark,
popsicles or something.
Yeah. Dogtown.
Yeah.
Shebang. But yeah, if you didn't pick up the Story So Far collection, 9-game collection, came out October 30th, $40. You can pick it up. If you want 1.5, 2.5, Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, Chain of Memories, I'm sorry, that's Chain of Memories, 358 Days over 2 HD Remastered Cinematics, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, Birth by Sleep Final Mix, Recoded HD Remastered Cinematics, 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, Dream Drop Distance in HD, 0.2 Birth by Sleep A Fragmentary Passage, and the back cover movie. All that, one price, $40. The last collection before the last collection when they put the third game into it.
Yeah. And then 20 years later, Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out.
I don't want them to ever make another game. I know now that this game will not. If Kingdom Hearts 3.
They have to wait a little bit. They have to put some more Disney movies have to come out.
The next Kingdom Hearts is going to be Star Wars. It's going to be Star Wars and Avengers is all it's going to be. It's going to be live action.
Live action Simba, live action
Sora.
Yeah.
Haley Joel Osment as Sora.
Yeah, might as well.
70-year-old Sora, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that game could ever live up to the hype that I've given it.
Robin Williams' grave is going to be the GM.
A live camera on the grave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus fuck.
I don't think they've ever used his real voice. So.
No, I don't think so. They get some pretty close ones, but not quite the same one. Did you go out and pick up the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee?
No, I know Ralph did, but I did not.
Ralph did.
It looks nice, but it's still kind of weird. Like I don't like that you can't fight the Pokemon that you run into. You just capture them.
Yeah.
And the only fighting you do is with trainers. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's not a real Pokemon game. Like the random encounters are like just capturing encounters. They're not battling, you know.
Yeah.
But it is
battle now.
It is. I would be really into that because you haven't played that new Jackbox game. There's a rap battle thing on that new Jackbox game, and it's real good.
Is it like kind of like the insult simulator? But
yeah, but with rap, yeah, basically. Okay. And it's with real big robots, which is fun. So they speak in like all robotic seriousness. It's a good time. Anyway, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee sold 3 million copies in just a week, which has become the fastest selling Nintendo Switch title since the game's launch in March of 2017, which bodes well for the Pokemon console game that they're building and will be hopefully releasing next year. But that's a lot of units.
Yeah.
A lot of units.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like I have like almost no interest in Pokemon, and that thing just sells a shitload. So
Pokemon. I was not going to get it. Now that I have to return my Onrush copy that I bought for Black Friday, I'm going to have some money there. I might pick that up. I'm debating currently.
Yeah, I think it only has the Pokemon from the original game too. They didn't put any extras in there.
The 150, the first 150. Yeah, that's all it is.
I wonder, do you think they have shinies in there?
Oh, I bet you there's some shinies in there.
I could check. What's it called? Let's Go Pokemon?
Let's Go Pokemon. Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee.
Oh, Pikachu. Okay.
Let's Go Pikachu. Shiny.
There's got to be some.
Oh, I guarantee there's some shinies in there.
Oh, yep. I'm looking at some shinies right now.
Yeah. It is. Yep. See? It tells you little descriptions of when you capture the Pokemon, and I saw one earlier. It was like, I I want to say it was like a coughing or a wheezing, and the description was loves to take long siestas. So that made me laugh pretty good.
Why? Okay. Did it have like a Spanish sounding name?
No, it was just a regular one. But I don't know, they put siestas in there. I mean, who doesn't like taking a good siesta?
Nobody.
Do you think Taco Bell reintroduced the Fiesta potatoes as siesta potatoes? Do you think they'd go over as well?
I'm not sure how that would work out. That would be kind of scary. They like saying that they're putting like pills in their food or something. Knock you out.
Sleepy potato.
Yeah.
It's what you get for the kids when you want to put them down for a nap. Order them some siesta potatoes. But
yeah, I don't know. So I'm not even sure how that even works. Like, I'm not sure you're actually sleeping if you take pills like that. I think you're just kind of knocked out.
Just put you down. You're not actually getting rest.
Yeah, well, that's what I don't know how true that is, but that's the way that it's been described to me before. Like, if you take like sleeping pills or something like that, you're not really sleeping like you normally would. You're just
not a real state of unconsciousness. It's literal like a forced state.
You're kind of knocked out, and your body's not doing what it normally would if it was actually sleeping.
You're gonna wake up and feel like somebody ran you over with a fucking Mack truck because you actually didn't get any rest.
Well, I think that happens after you go to Taco Bell anyway.
Yeah, before, during, and after the Taco Bell.
It's like more like the truck went out your ass or something. But, Taco Bell.
If that's what's happening, then I will be ordering some siesta potatoes because I'm gonna need a fucking nap afterwards. Fuck that.
Yeah, you feel refreshed and cleaned out, I guess. I don't know.
And like deaf the entire time.
Yeah.
You feel great and awful the whole time.
Yeah, Taco Bell's actually doubles as like a detox place. Just clear it all out.
That's why they have so many bathrooms in there. Is that way you know what's going down.
Yeah.
Why when you walk in, there's so many air fresheners that spray at the door when you walk in because they know. Got to make sure.
I had to clean the Taco John's bathroom. I can't imagine doing Taco Bell.
Oh, I cleaned some Taco Bell bathrooms in my time. They're those blowouts are nothing to mess with. There are some blowouts.
And I don't know how they did it at Taco Bell, but at Taco John's, the bathrooms only got cleaned once, and that was at the end of the day.
Yeah,
so
I'm pretty sure that's not how it's supposed to be, but I'm pretty sure that's the only way they got it. Unless someone came in and was like, hey, you guys got to clean that place. Otherwise, we just left it till the end of the night and we're like, no, let's just go clean it. And being a punk kid, it was like flush the toilets and wipe the mirror. And you're like,
oh, yeah.
It's clean for me.
Definitely like a half-assed, make it look like it's clean. It might not really be clean. But you spray a bunch of cleaner on there, so it's probably okay. You
walk in and just spray as much like disinfectant in the air as possible and just walk out.
Yeah. When I was doing it, I was like, I can't tell if I'm going to be sick or not when I go home because I don't know what happened in here.
Yeah. You just never know. Yeah. You never know what's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
Let's move on to some more news for you. Rockstar has dropped the trademark for Agent.
Did Sony pick it up?
No one's picked it up yet. Take-Two Interactive.
How do you even trademark that? Is it just the logo?
It's just got to be the logo, you know? There's been an espionage game they've been talking about for, I mean, how long has it been? 10, 11 years now they talked about it?
A long time. They've never shown more than that logo either. It's only been that logo. It's all it was. The official description of the game was Agent takes players on a paranoid journey into the world of counterintelligence, espionage, and political assassinations during the height of the Cold War at the end of the 1970s. And now the game is long gone. First announced back in July 2007, Sony reviewed it to be a PlayStation 3 exclusive. It was billed as the next great franchise from Rockstar. 2 years later at E3, Sony would reveal that the espionage game was set in the 1970s and was named Agent. And in 2011, Strauss Zelnick confirmed the Agent was still in development. A few months later, rumored to be the first in-game images emerged, and then they renewed the trademark quite a few times and finally let it slip. Yeah, it was really weird because I remember it being announced, and it was around the time where it was transitioning from PS2 to Xbox 360 and PS3, and during that transition, a shitload of games that only showed up on Sony consoles, or at least launched on Sony consoles, and then were there for like a long time before they got ported to Xbox. Mm-hmm. A lot of those were now they're coming out first on Xbox 360, are coming out at the same time as the PlayStation 3 version. So it seemed like Sony was desperate to get anything exclusive from Rockstar, and they just threw that agent thing out there, and it never happened.
Like, here's this idea we talked about once. Sony's like, "Yep, done.
Yeah.
Here's a bunch of money," and then they're just like, "Well,
yeah, it'd be interesting to see if there's any type of actual game of that. Like, if there's something you can actually play.
I would love to see if there is like just a slice, just a vertical slice of whatever the demo or game might have been. Because the idea, of course, sounds great, right? Like, I mean, you give me a Cold War espionage 1970s game that sounds from Rockstar like that. Yeah, cool. I'm in.
They could have made a GTA game like that, like Vice City, like a Vice City type thing.
Could have made a DLC with that.
Yeah. So maybe they still will, but it'll just not be exclusive to Sony, and maybe be a GTA game. Who knows?
Maybe Rockstar will end up buying it back and renewing it and getting in contact with the Hitman guys and just making it a full on Agent 47 game.
It's going to be a table tennis game in the Cold War. Forrest Gump, the main character.
Yep, facing Agent 47 as his major rival.
Yeah,
I would be into that.
It'd have to be in a later Cold War though,
early.
Yeah, because I think Gump was around
right towards the end.
Yeah, like 70s, 80s, 90s. Was that, I think that was Gump's time.
70, 80, 90 was Gump Nation happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it's sad. I wonder if we'll ever see anything or hear anything more about what could have been with Agent at the time. So a couple more news pieces for you. Super Smash Brothers got leaked. You see anything about this?
Like the whole game?
Yeah, so Nintendo has come back and talked about this. They've issued a piracy, striking down a YouTube rephrase. Back it up. YouTube channels. Yeah, 2 YouTube channels got banned because they were showing full-on tracks from Super Smash Brothers soundtrack and reached the 3 strike threshold that YouTube has. But it's going to be gone, and then obviously 21 copyright strikes for the second. Crunchy was the guy's name.
What do you think? Does he use his real account for that? Do you think, like, if you know you're going to get struck like that,
I mean, this guy says that it's been a few years since I've had this channel. Time to say bye. So,
man,
that
why risk it?
I don't know. But I mean, the thing you're putting up there is soundtracks. Like, it's not like you're putting the stuff of the game. It's just music files. Yeah. So, but that's still big. Like, Nintendo's usually pretty locked down with a lot of that stuff. I don't know that a lot of their stuff gets leaked. So for them to have a leak a couple weeks early, even for music, that seemed kind of like a big deal.
It's still kind of a dick thing to do, though.
Oh, yeah. Like, people are like, Nintendo's nuts.
Nobody's gonna listen to that music and not buy the game.
I think
I heard the soundtrack of that level. I'm good.
I'm out.
I don't need to play that game.
I had I got all them 400 songs. I don't need to play that fucking shit. I got it all right here. MP3s.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's their stuff. Do they even sell the soundtrack? I don't.
So it comes with that game. So like that was one of the big selling points, that you get all those tracks to be able to play on your Switch anytime.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just Nintendo being more Nintendo. They're taking down ROM sites left and right. Somebody leaks the soundtrack for Smash Brothers. It's just all kinds of shit. So
yeah,
nuts. 2 last things for you for the news.
I bought that soundtrack from some guy outside selling it in a CD case at Quick Trip.
Yeah. You were Crunchy. You uploaded it on your Crunchy.
That has happened before outside of Quick Trip. Somebody was trying to sell burnt DVDs to me.
What the fuck, dude?
It's like, no, I'm okay.
I'm great. I don't even know how many DVD burning was such a thing. Like, I burned so many DVD movies. I probably have a collection of them. Probably 100 DVDs that I burned.
Of just making backups of copies you owned. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just the same copy over and over again.
Yeah,
I took The Land Before Time and I ripped it, and then I just copied it over and over again to make sure that I had it forever.
I think that's how they made all the sequels. For that. Yeah.
It's still The Land Before Time. Yeah. I still know what The Land Before Time is. Yeah. It's over and over again.
They have a Pizza Hut commercial on that DVD.
Yeah, Pizza Hut commercials on it. Yep. Yep, and then it tells you, privacy warning. Don't copy this without the written consent of the NFL. Whatever.
Don't copy that floppy.
Yeah. Well, or don't swallow this floppy either. Two more things for you. Red Dead Online launched on Tuesday this week. Today being Thursday, the 29th. Tuesday the 27th came out.
Does it have the same way to cancel or quit out like the GTA does, where you shoot yourself?
I don't know. I haven't played it yet.
It's still crazy to me that is how you exit.
Yep.
Well, that can't be the only way to exit, right?
No, I would doubt it. I bet you can go to sleep and just get out of it.
Okay. Because, that's pretty brutal.
Well, I mean, it is Rockstar, so I wouldn't put it past them. But the Red Dead Online beta launched on Tuesday for all Ultimate Edition owners. Yesterday, if you bought and played the regular game on the 26th, according to Rockstar's data, you'd be able to play it yesterday, which I could have. I didn't. I had to work. Today, everyone who played it from the 26th through the 29th gets to play it. And then tomorrow, Friday the 30th, everyone gets to play it.
Okay.
It's
Sean gets to play it.
Sean's back. Yep. He's you can remake Sean. He'll be there. Basically the game is free roam. There's hunting, common activities, fishing, missions, stranger missions, things that you can do just like the solo game, camps, co-op story-based mission. Experience is going to be counted through encounters, increase your rank, bonuses, 12 different categories you can get for awards. You get the open world, create their character, appearances, attributes, female gender, male gender, whatever you choose. You open up at Sisika Penitentiary, where you get a horse and you set up camp, hunt for treasure, use an ability card, connect with characters. You also have Battle Royale mode, which is something we all talked about before. It's there. I don't know enough about it to tell you a lot of details, but it's called Make It Count. 1 of 2 game modes where players are allowed to use only a bow and a handful of arrows or throwing knives. To be the last one standing, player area will gradually shrink, causing more challenges and nowhere to hide.
No dynamite?
Well, not yet anyway. Aside from that, you got Shootout and Team Shootout, which is classic gunfight mode where players have unlimited lives. Whoever has the most kills before the timer runs out wins. Sudden death occur if there's a tie. You got Most Wanted, which is a race to the top. Every kill climbing you higher to the scoreboard. Whoever's the closest to the top, the players.
What do they do about their aiming though?
I'm sure it's the same.
Really? Because that just locks on and.
Yep. I mean, maybe not. Again, I haven't asked or read a whole lot into this, and I haven't played it yet. But I would bet that it's pretty generous with what you're doing.
Yeah, because if they didn't have that type of aiming where it just auto locked on, their shooting would not be good.
It's not really great anyway. But that generous lock on really helps.
Yeah, I guarantee I would have died way more if they didn't have that.
I aimed and then unaimed every single time just because it would relock me onto what I was doing. So why wouldn't you?
Yeah, usually what I would do is I would not aim on the guy and then move my stick slightly up so I could shoot him in the head.
Yep. 2 more modes. You got Hostile Territory, which is a capture mode where teams try to hold and capture points. I mean, it's just your typical multiplayer modes. And then a Name Your Weapon, which is a free-for-all or team-based match. The more points you win, with weapon kills. It's, again, pretty simplistic multiplayer modes aside from the Battle Royale and obviously the free form of going through and doing missions online. So I don't know. I plan on checking it out. What's that?
Does the rope count as a weapon?
I don't know if the rope would count as a weapon because you're only tying them up. So I don't think so. If you were hanging them, if you were like lynching them, then it'd be a little different story.
Man, there's one spot in the game where you could do that. I chose not to.
I saved somebody from being lynched, I think.
Yeah, there's another spot where you can grab somebody and decide whether you want to or not, and I chose not to.
I don't think I did. Yeah, I don't think I lynched anybody in the game.
Well, what's her face? Sadie? Yeah, Sadie.
That bitch is crazy.
She was not happy that I didn't
do it.
String him up, so she took care of it.
She's a badass motherfucker. Yeah. She is nuts. Yeah. Also, so let me finish this last. No, fuck it. Did you go once you finished the game? Did you go down to New Austin?
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't do that till just the other day. I was just like, I have had no desire to play really anything else.
I think you can go anywhere except maybe Mexico.
Yeah.
But I think there's a weird way that you could glitch into Mexico.
Yeah, I watched a video of somebody glitching into Mexico and going to like the penitentiary there. But I was like, holy shit, there's so much stuff down here. I forgot about this. And I rode into Armadillo or Armadillo.
It's in a weird place. I guess
it's like on fire.
There's some cholera outbreak.
Everything's like, everyone's like, get the fuck out of here.
I was just walking around and there's just this dead girl next to one of the buildings, and I was like, is this a bug? Is she supposed to be dead? But I'm pretty sure she died of cholera or something.
What's nuts to me is like, it's funny, like they don't really obviously explain, okay, John was here once before. I don't feel like they explained that in the first game, but it's just weird to be able to like, I'm riding through, and again, I feel in that game everything's so lush, or it's very stark contrast in the white, and then I wasn't used to the location, so when I get down there and it's just dry desert, I'm just like, how does this game look so fucking good still? Like, god damn it.
Well, what would have been really awesome is if they pretty much just put the Red Dead map in the game.
Literally just the Red Dead 1 map is there.
So what would have been cool is if the game finishes, the epilogue finishes, and then they reveal that they actually just remade the first game and you just keep playing.
That's what we talked about, before. I would have loved them to be like, hey, this game's so big because Red Dead 1 got remastered and it's in here. And I would have just been like, I would have just kept playing. I would have played through that game again. Fuck yeah. Like if that isn't I understand that there would be a lot of work going into that, but that would have been a fucking dynamite reveal.
I wonder how much work it actually would have been, because like they already have the map there. They already have all the dialogue and all that stuff written and recorded.
And you can play it on Xbox One.
So I wonder how much work it would be to just put, or just consider the first game remade and then let you play it. Yeah, I
would have loved every second of that, because like,
I don't know how they did the cutscenes in the first one. Maybe the cutscenes would cause some problems. I don't know.
I ride to McFarland's Ranch, and there's not many people there, and I'm just like,
yeah, that was weird too, because like all those places you can go, I think those are the first time he's ever been to them in the first game.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
For you to get there,
that's why I'm like, it's weird for me to be going here right now, because as we're spoiling the shit out of it. By the way, holy fuck. Big spoilers now that I'm 10 minutes into talking about this. It is crazy to me. Like, you go to these places and then you're like, well, in one, you've never been here, but you can go here free roam now. Like, does he fucking get knocked in the head and forget? Like, what's going on?
I'm not sure. It's kind of weird, but I haven't filled out the whole map for the old Red Dead map, so I'm not sure what all that stuff looks like. I was also kind of wondering too, like, because you in Red Dead 1, you encounter Bigfoot and you can kill Bigfoot,
right?
So I'm wondering if you can go to and find Bigfoot in that Red Dead 1 area, and kill him even before you are supposed
before you actually kill him. Mess up the time-space continuum, keep him alive, change the whole game.
But I think Bigfoot wanted to die, if I remember right. In the first one. He was all
like that.
He was all whiny.
Yeah, being a little bitch. Last little bit of news I've got for you is just this top 10 exclusives. You read this article already since 1995.
Since 1995.
So, NPD Group released the top best-selling games in the United States. The top 10 games since 1995.
So are they all Madden?
No.
All FIFA.
No. Unfortunately, it is not. But it's Nintendo all the way is what it is. So, top 10 best-selling exclusives since 1995 are as follows. Number 10, Wii Sports Resort for the Nintendo Wii.
That's kind of interesting. I don't know if that was bundled with anything. Wii Sports was. I would have thought
Resort wasn't. Resort wasn't. That was one that I just sold for like $40, and it was like it resells for like $100 online because it's so.
Wii Sports not on there then? Did they not count it?
Right, they did not.
Just because it was bundled.
Yep. Super Smash Brothers Brawl for the Nintendo Wii.
Okay.
Super Mario 64, obviously. Yeah. Mario Kart DS. New Super Mario Bros. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Wii Fit Plus. Mario Kart Wii. Wii Play. And Wii Fit. Wii Fit, the #1 best-selling console-exclusive game since 1995.
Yeah, I bought one of those too, one of those Wii Fits, and they not really. If you're gonna try to exercise,
No, not really a
not
thing.
something you should do because like it has you do a bunch of stupid shit like running in place. That's
Yeah.
no. You're
On
not.
that board.
No, I don't think they do it on the board. That would
Oh.
not be safe.
I would have been even better.
No, they use like they judge how fast you're going based off of you holding the Wiimote or some bullshit. So it's probably not very accurate. But yeah, I tried doing that. Some of the things were like kind of fun mini games, but if you're like seriously wanted to exercise and get in shape, no, definitely not. Yeah,
That's not a real thing that you're gonna do. But
but it sold a shitload because people were like, "Oh yeah, I could do that. It'll be fun."
everyone wants to do that. Everyone wants to get fit with
Yeah.
a video game. Also, the Wii
Yeah.
was like the console of the generation. Like
Yeah.
everyone had one.
That the N64 games are kind of surprising to me. The Wii one makes sense because it's like sold like PlayStation 1 levels, not quite PlayStation 2.
Right.
But the N64 did not really sell that well, so for it to be on there, that's kind of interesting.
It's kind of strange.
And why? No, was there any PlayStation?
No, it was all Nintendo.
That's crazy because PlayStation has the top 2 consoles: PlayStation 2,
ever.
PlayStation 1. Yeah.
No,
No.
not a thing. That's it for your news. Why don't we swing into what we've been playing? Ryan, why don't you tell me a little bit about the Destiny you've been playing?
I haven't played much. I started Curse of Osiris, and I forgot how low the freaking level cap was. It was only like level 20.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing a bunch of level 50 people, which must be the new cap.
It must be.
Around. I can't even start that Forsaken thing until I'm level 35. So
whoa.
Yeah, so I'm playing through the expansions, and I have no idea what my level will be when I'm done with that. But,
Sure.
And there might be, I think when they did Taken King, there was some way to just start off at the new level.
I feel like that works too.
So maybe there will be something in Forsaken too. I don't know, but I usually don't do that anyway. I just level up.
Just play it. Yeah, just play the game.
Yeah, I just follow his advice. Yeah, play the game.
I've considered picking up Forsaken only because like I've also considered getting back into Destiny, but the first time with Taken King, like I knew like I was sold. I was ready to go, got it immediately, ready to rock. This time I was just kind of
it doesn't really feel any different. It's just more Destiny.
Yeah.
The game looks good and it plays well, so it definitely has that going for it.
Sure.
It's just sometimes it can be just kind of boring, but
that's just Destiny as a whole sometimes, though. Yeah.
But it's not like Fallout 76 where it's buggy and frustrating, and so it's definitely has some of the boredom that I can imagine Fallout 76 has, but it's not frustrating or anything like that.
Sure.
Maybe the raids are, but I've never played a Destiny raid.
I've not played a Destiny raid either.
I've never take a long time the first time you try it.
Yeah, I watched Giant Bomb do it a lot, and I'm good. I never need to do that. That was enough for me.
You don't want a solo one?
I will never do that.
Han Solo one?
I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. No, I don't need to do that.
You could watch the Han Solo movie while you're soloing.
I've yet to still watch the Han Solo movie, so I'm also going to pass doing that. Not a thing I'm going to do.
He might get his own Kingdom Hearts 4 area.
Yeah, I just hope it's the Millennium Falcon. I don't need Han Solo. Just give me Chewbacca. I watched somebody posted something the other day that was Chewbacca, but every time he did the Chewbacca scream, it was just Luke Wilson or Owen Wilson going, "Wow, wow," which was pretty. That was pretty good.
I thought it was gonna be Donald Duck quacking.
That'd be pretty good too. You could do that supercut instead. What about Dragon Quest XI? How's that going?
So I pretty much there's like one thing left for me to do. It's like you have to get the true ending or whatever. So
sure.
And there's a bunch of like side quests and stuff that I could do to try to level up to the spot where I can actually do it. Or I could just look up how to fast level online, which is what I did. And so right now I'm doing that. So it's kind of tedious, but it'll get me to the level quicker than playing the game. Because I kind of just want to see whatever the last thing is and then stop playing it. Because I still have Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Which is a fucking game.
Yeah. But that game was really good. Dragon Quest XI was. There wasn't really a grindy spot in that game until the very end, which I think is kind of how they set it up. They kind of wanted you to have to kind of grind for the last true ending or whatever, which
Right.
I don't know. There's sometimes it's not great, sometimes it's all right. I like the combat in that game, so it's not too terrible. It's just the way to fast level, you're pretty much doing the same thing over and over again, so it gets a little tedious. But you get a lot of what sucks too is there's like a chance that because you have to summon this certain type of enemy that gives you a bunch of XP, and there's a chance that that enemy won't show up. 3 times in a row, that fucker did not show up, and I can't. And then I get like almost no XP from the one that shows up in its place. And I'm wondering if it's because I'm doing it on enemies that are too low level. So before I waste my time again, I'm going to see if I need to actually go somewhere else and do this trick. Because yeah, you go from like getting like 200 some thousand XP, which will bring you up like 2 or 3 levels each turn, each battle. To if the other ones show up, you only get like 6,000. So
fuck that.
Yeah, it's not very much. So I don't want to waste my time. But that game looks good.
That was one of the games I considered picking up during Black Friday, but there's been, I feel like this year, instead of, I don't think last year was this way. I feel like this year's had a lot of large game releases, like a lot of long commitment games this year. Do you feel it's the same?
Almost every game. Let me look at the ones that I've played, because I think there's almost no game.
Yeah, every game on your list is not a short game.
Well, I think like Spider-Man might be the shortest.
That's probably the shortest, yeah. That or God of War.
Well, I did all this extra stuff. God of War.
Even God of War can be 30 to 40 hours if you're putting all this on.
Detroit Become Human is probably the shortest if I wouldn't have went and got the platinum. But
sure. But it was so easy.
Yeah, so yeah, Detroit Become Human is the shortest, and then Spider-Man, and then God of War or Far Cry 5. All the other ones, well, no, maybe Shadow of the Tomb Raider is shorter than God of War and Far Cry 5.
Yeah. But I mean, either way, you're probably talking over 25, 30 hours for all those, for the rest of the games.
I didn't play any like 6 to 8 hour. Like I didn't play any like I guess Call of Duty 4 doesn't have a single player.
No short experiences is what you're saying though.
Yeah. So that makes it rough, but
makes it hard on the backlog.
Yeah. I'm already like, I almost have an entire top row full of games that I have not finished. So
it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's too much.
It is quite a bit. And some of them are short though. I could knock them out. Like Undertale is pretty short.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I want to.
I haven't gotten back to Observer yet. But.
Oh man, Observer is a really short game, and it is worth it. It was worth finishing. I wouldn't say it's great, but it is a good game.
So yeah, I need to try to finish that too.
Sure. Let's see what else you've been playing throughout the last couple of weeks. Ass Odyssey you talked about.
Yeah, it is like so weird to go back to that after Red Dead, because the controls, the way the game, it plays so much smoother than Red Dead. Like
it feels like a new game.
Like Red Dead, if you hit a tree, you will just go flying off your horse. You could potentially die. Your horse could die.
Holy shit! Yeah, I fucking rolled off the mountain the other day. I flipped off of a rock and rolled off the mountain.
Yeah, that happened to me, and I just assumed I had something to revive my horse, and I did not. So instead of just letting my horse die, I just reverted to the last checkpoint. My horse was good.
Yep.
But like, you don't run into trees in Assassin's Creed. Your horse just steps to the side of them. They go out of their way in that game to make traversal as smooth and as unobstructed as possible. Like you can your horse can definitely do things that a horse cannot do. And like by default, everything is run. So by default, no matter what you're running, there's no button press to run. You're just running, and your horse is pretty quick too. So your horse is just sprinting. There's no stamina, so you don't slow down or anything.
You don't have to brush the horse.
No, and like there's a bunch of like like wood and stones and stuff that you can use to craft. So pretty much, I don't know how other people play it. I'm assuming they do this too, but you're flying around the map on your horse and just tapping triangle because you could potentially run past something that you can collect. So
Right.
as long as you're tapping triangle, you're just collecting all this random
All the
shit
time.
as you're flying around the map. So that's pretty much what I do in Assassin's Creed. But yeah, it's nuts because like I had to in Red Dead, travel was very slow. I had to worry about the horse's stamina. I had to worry about people trying to attack me while I was on my horse. And I had to worry about,
Walking in their way, like you're
Yeah.
walking your way.
yeah, and I had to worry about running into people, running into trees. But Assassin's Creed is just you just go, you just jetting. So it's kind of crazy. Yeah, like Red Dead definitely makes it feel like it's a more of a realistic world that way.
The immersion is there, but the gameplay is awful because of it.
Yeah, where Assassin's Creed feels even less like a real world after coming from Red Dead.
Yeah.
So, because I'm definitely doing stuff that is nowhere near possible.
Right. The immersion level isn't there.
No.
That goes more to a do you want that kind of, that's a bigger question.
Yeah, if you don't want that frustration, Assassin's Creed does all it can to remove that. So
right.
I think part of the problem, or part of the reason why Assassin's Creed is moving in that direction is because one of the main complaints was it used to be as long as the traversal was going well with the parkour stuff in the city, you were having a good time, but then occasionally you'd get stuck and you'd get into like a weird situation where you couldn't figure out where you wanted to go and it was frustrating. So they've like overcorrected that by a lot where now you're just flying around everywhere and you pretty much rarely ever run into a situation where you are stuck and can't go somewhere.
Right.
So where, Red Dead, nowhere near like that.
Not at all. How many hours do you think you would save in Red Dead if you could have like fast traveled and ran more often?
A lot, a shitload.
I figured close to 10 hours. I bet you would have saved from traveling back and forth and being able to run properly and all that.
Yeah. I only used a train once, and I never used one of those stagecoaches just because they cost money. Even though it's not that much money, I still never used them. But I imagine those could save some time.
I used a stagecoach a couple times, but I mean, now that I've got $20,000 in the bank, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And for the collectibles and stuff at the end, I've just been looking them up. Like I don't have time to search for them.
I looked for the headstones the other day. Did those the other day just to check those out, and that's the only thing I've done so far.
You wanted to see Sean one more time?
Sean was the last one I went to, actually. Arthur's was hard to find. Spoiler, by the way. Biggest spoiler of all.
Do you have a bunch of flowers on Arthur's or no?
I don't know if it was or not.
Supposedly, if you end with really high morality or whatever, you get some flowers on Arthur's grave.
That might have been. I don't remember for sure.
But
big spoiler, by the way, in case it's been out long enough. These motherfuckers haven't finished it.
Let's talk about Arthur from the show.
The show, yeah.
The PBS Arthur, yeah.
Yep. Buster was the one seeing his grave. He was sad.
Yeah.
Before we talk about some more Red Dead, why don't you tell me about Xenoblade?
Actually, way shorter than the original.
Is it?
It's just kind of a cool prologue story to kind of show you what there were a lot of like flashbacks and discussion about what happened with Mithra and Herbie and I think Aegis is how you say it. I'm not 100% sure, but before to some guy named Adam. So you pretty much get to see that kind of story play out. It's pretty cool. It's quite a bit shorter though, and you can tell they kind of like were trying to pad it. You have to do anything because apparently Adam was inspiring people. Building thing where you do a bunch of side quests to build a bunch of pity, and there'll be parts in the game where you have to have your community at a certain level in order to progress. And so that's how they kind of pad it out a little bit and make you do a bunch of side quests that you may have not normally done. Mm-hmm. But it's still a lot of fun. That game is also like in terms of ease to play and understand, like it's way easier than the first one. Like you had to not really the first one, but the original Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you had to like set up a bunch of combos using your blades and drivers and all that stuff, where in this one it seems like they're just doing all that for you without you really even telling them to. So it usually like I can't remember what it's called. Was it you build up a lot of like gems or whatever, or like little orbs on the thing that you're fighting, usually you only have to do this if it's like a boss. And then if you get a lot of them built up, you will do like some chain attack and try to destroy all the orbs to do, like just do a shitload of damage.
Okay.
And normally it takes a long time to build those up. But in this one, they are just building up constantly, and it takes no time at all to build them up. So when you're going in there fighting the boss, within like a few minutes, you already have a shitload of orbs from your party members just doing all kinds of crazy shit to the person you're fighting, and you're able to just like wipe them out really quick. So I don't know, it just felt a lot easier. So I don't know if it was just because I don't know if they intentionally were like going that direction. Like if they would, I haven't played the base game in a while to see if they upgraded it to make it like that too. But I don't know if they just did that to make your characters and stuff like feel really overpowered. But it was ridiculously easy, and like it kind of feels like you're not really doing much. You're kind of just standing there,
yeah, waiting for orbs to build up and then just
hitting some buttons and things are blowing up.
It's like that. Was it Final Fantasy IX you were playing with that just 1 million damage every time?
Oh yeah, I still don't understand why that was a thing. Like where you could just turn that on and then you just
wreck everything.
You do, it just does max damage to any enemy. It just wipes them out. So once I turned that on, I couldn't turn it off. It was too
it's too fun.
It was too much.
Make it fun. Yeah, it'd just be fun to play.
Yeah, don't have to worry about dying. But
yeah. Last but not least, Red Dead. Finished it, cleaned up a little bit. Tell me what you thought of the. We'll try not to be so spoilerific. Not that we've already fucking spoiled part of it, but what'd you think of the ending? The epilogues.
I definitely like the one that they called the epilogue more than the main ending. But I think that's just because I like Jack more than I liked Arthur. Arthur was definitely a good character, but I just prefer Jack. So playing through that, it's so different too. The epilogue with Jack is so different than the whole game with Arthur, because most of what you do in the epilogue is that house, and that scene with them actually building the house was really weird, where you're just hammering wood and pushing walls up. I don't know what happens if you don't interact with it, because I missed one of the ones, like I just wasn't paying attention, and I didn't put a wall up when they were trying to put a wall up, and it just kept going. So
yep.
I don't know if you miss a lot of them if something funny or weird happens, but yeah, it was cool seeing that stuff come together. Seeing Uncle there being a lazy douche. Yeah. I don't even know if he's actually claims he has, but yeah, I'm pretty sure when he got burnt too, there's no way he was surviving that. Like,
yeah, not a chance.
If you get burnt that badly, I think you can get burnt that badly
and keep going.
Very small amount. Well, no, even how badly he was burnt.
Right.
Even just a little bit of that is enough to potentially kill you. So
back then, that infection was just bound to happen.
Yes, and that was pretty nasty what they did to him.
That was pretty gnarly. Yeah, that was pretty gnarly. So are you saying that you like the prologue from the first game better, or the epilogue from the first game better than you like this one? You said Jack. Said Jack. No, I'm sorry. You were saying Jack instead of John.
Oh, John. I meant John. Yeah,
that's
sorry.
That's okay. That's why I was wondering. I was clarifying.
Sorry, I get those names confused in my head because they're kind of the same name.
They are very close to the same name.
Well, they kind of are the same name almost though, because so John Kennedy. There's a lot of people that called him Jack.
Yeah,
Kennedy.
That's true. Yep.
So one is a nickname for the other,
right?
Which is really goofy and confusing. But yes, it was John. I meant to say John.
That's okay.
I prefer him more. I really don't care too much for Jack. And I forgot how. I guess Jack was kind of like that in the first game. I guess I just forgot, or he just wasn't interested in whatever John was doing.
Fuck about anything. Fuck
until he lost his dog, and then he lost his shit. So, but yeah. No, I prefer John. Arthur was pretty good. I
think Arthur turned out to be a phenomenal character.
Yeah, the ending was. It's like you went in a completely different direction. I'm not sure how you're even here, but yeah. And like the last, the mountain seems a little weird. The horse part was fine. Then when you got to the mountain, it was weird. And
Did you go back for the money, or did you help John?
I helped John.
All right. See, I went back for the money.
Oh, so you missed out on some of that weirdness.
Well, I don't know. Like so the ending of mine, again, big spoilers, is you tell John, go up. You know, you're losing your horse. Big, like that was tough. That was a lot.
Yeah.
That was a pretty emotional moment. But
Yeah.
just the
well, who was your horse though? Was it the one, the old man's horse?
yeah.
Yeah. So it was actually like a named horse. It wasn't just
Yes.
some random horse.
Right. It was.
I had that old guy's horse too.
Yep. So when he died, I was just like, oh, sad. But yeah, I just told
horse died way before.
Yeah, I had one of my horses get killed too, so it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
But then like my whole thing, and it seems pretty similar either way you go, but if you take the money, you go and you start charging through the forest, and you just I felt like a fucking badass because you're just fucking screaming for Dutch. You're screaming just everything you possibly can to find Micah. And these people are just, I mean, enemies after enemies, and you're just fucking mowing them down. Just pop, 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 just fucking murdering everybody with that music swelling. With the music swelling as you're running closer to the cave, and you're just I don't know, it made me feel fucking intense. Like it made me feel like a badass just mowing these people down. And he's like, Dutch, I'm coming for you. Like it's just, I don't know, it felt really cool. Like it was a good ending.
Yeah, that's not how the mount. Because you are pricing up there out of nowhere. Well, first Dutch isn't the first one to show up. Micah shows up.
Yeah, Micah
sort of makes sense because Micah's supposedly in league with the.
He's with the bad guys.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense because he's supposed to be with Dutch. They're supposed to be way out of the picture. So he shows up, and you have like a Metal Gear Solid 4 style just fist fight with Micah that goes on for way too long. And then Dutch shows up out of nowhere, which doesn't make any sense because Dutch shouldn't be anywhere near the Pinkertons, and there's just a shitload of Pinkertons on this mountain. So there's that interaction with Micah, Arthur, and then they kind of just go away, and Arthur is just beat to shit and can't really do much.
So your ending is just like my ending with I show up after running through the forest, get up there, find the money, get the money, come out. Micah shows up. You fist fight and knife fight with Micah. He stabs you. You punch him. Dutch shows up, says, "End it. I'm done."
Well, that makes more sense though because you were
you're not
the money,
right?
Yeah,
and so
it makes sense for Dutch and
Micah to go for the money. I don't know if it's me or if it's you, but you are breaking up real bad. I don't know if it's me or you though.
It's probably me.
Okay, you want to pop out and pop back in real quick?
Hold on, let's
or see if you can just fix something. It's just stuttering real bad.
Hold on.
Sorry, everything that you said about Red Dead has been very like chopped up, and I was like, I don't know if it's me or you.
So, is it still like that?
Not right now. It's not. No, I'll let you know if it doesn't again.
Okay.
But you're like, my fight with Micah makes way more sense.
I wonder why they did it though.
Still doing it. They just did it again.
Like Micah up in my scenario, and I should have just got killed by the Pinkertons.
Yeah, I think the thing with Micah was it made more sense. I'm glad that I didn't know this until after it happened, but if you have that low morale, then Micah shoots you, and that would have been really shitty.
Oh.
Micah shoots you in the head if you have shitty morale. If you're a bad person, Micah just shoots you in the head.
Morale was high. It was me just laying on the ground.
Yeah, I just watched the sunrise and I died. That's all it was.
Can ass kicking.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know whatever you just said. It just buffered again. It just keeps buffering. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. I can try and come back in.
I'll kick you and kick you back. I'll invite you again.
All right.
All right. All right, you're listening to a solo Level Up Show podcast as something is going on with somebody's internet, whether it's mine or whether it's Ryan's. I'm not sure, but we'll hopefully have him back momentarily, so it doesn't sound so strange to just have a solo podcast. But anyway, I'll talk to you. I don't mind talking to you guys. I thought the ending of Red Dead was phenomenal. I thought the character progression for Arthur overall was just solid. I thought that he became. The game is called Red Dead Redemption. Like, you feel that redemption arc is earned with Arthur as a character. You know, you start and he's just this outlaw, and he is following Dutch to the bitter end, and he's going to do whatever Dutch wants to, and will just make dumb decisions for no real apparent reason. But yet, you know, he just wants to learn how to be a good person. So that redemption arc for Arthur becomes really key to. And again, I get that the name is Red Dead Redemption, but I didn't suspect there to be such a great redemption arc. I'm sitting here talking to myself, but I didn't think there'd be such a
same. Or can you actually hear me?
No, I can hear you fine right now.
Yeah.
The redemption arc for Arthur, I thought, was very well told, and I did not expect it to be so well done. It took you through a lot of trials and tribulations, and you know, especially like in the first one, John is a retired outlaw, if you will, gets recruited to go in and kill these people. That almost seems like, if you look back on it, like John should have just said no. Like, I get that he had to do it because like they had something on him. They could have just killed him right then. But you know, that redemption arc wasn't
in his family or something.
Yeah, they captured his wife and his son. But it didn't feel as that game did not feel as much redemption until the epilogue with Jack, as this game was an entire redemption arc from beginning to end with Arthur, and the epilogues are just nice filler and some fun stuff with John, you know. So I really enjoyed the fact that they told a great story.
It was pretty abrupt though with Arthur.
It was.
So, and I feel like a lot, like you could have still played the game even after that stuff started happening. So I wonder what it would be like for people that did that, who just played as a complete asshole even after he got TB.
Right.
But
abrupt is a weird word to use for an 80-hour game, but I understand what you're saying.
Well, yeah, I don't know. All this, like, as soon as he gets tuberculosis, the game just starts ending quickly.
Well, and he becomes a good
the part
guy.
that I hated the most.
It's immediate. Yeah. He's trying to make amends and fix things.
Yeah, and the part of the game that I hated the most is when they got stranded on that island. That was the worst.
Yeah, it just didn't feel good. I don't think that was needed at all.
Yeah.
I mean, cool. It was different story. Like, it was a different scenario, but I didn't need that in a story. Wasn't necessary. That was filler for sure for me.
Yeah.
I thought the music was good. I'm with you. Like, the lyrics didn't need to happen, but I thought the music itself was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, that I had some crumbs on my lip, and that there was a truck changing lanes behind me as I was riding on that the horse with the lyrics going.
Yeah.
But no, it didn't happen. Yeah, I feel like they should have just left that as all instrumental. It would have been fine.
I think the instrumental would work better.
The lyrics were, I don't know, maybe they wouldn't have been that bad if it had a different singer, but the singer was just too goofy.
Yeah, it's a little funky.
But that was a song made for the game, or if that was just some song they used, I have no idea.
I think it was a song made for the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it?
I believe so.
It was a Smash Brothers song. I don't know.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Nintendo gonna strike them for that?
Yeah, probably so. It's gonna be all over the lawsuit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think overall, like, hit me with the bus scale. What do you feel on a bus scale? What are we thinking?
Play number one right now. It's top spot. So I would say it's pretty high on the bus scale. Probably 68 buses.
I think 68. You said this number.
Buses.
You think this is sitting at number one for you right now?
Yeah, there's only one foreseeable game that I could see that could knock it off, and that would be Dragon Quest XI. But I haven't finished that yet.
Sure.
But yeah, I think my top three is like this, Spider-Man, and then God of War.
Sure. Spoilers for the end of the year.
Well, it could change. Like I've already shuffled them a little bit.
Yeah. It'll all change with age too. Like I don't think God of War. I'm sorry. I don't think Red Dead Redemption is my number one game. I don't think that anything's going to change that.
Yeah.
Online might help it, but I don't think anything's going to top. I don't think anything's going to top God of War for me. I don't know.
I don't know. Like as weird as the controls can be, at a point you just get used to them, and it's still a ton of fun, just like the first Red Dead. The way it looks is pretty great. I don't know, everything about the way that they like set up the world just looks amazing. So
Right.
if a lot of this weird goofiness about how you can't really fast travel as easily as you can't even fast travel as easily as you could in the first one. The first one you could actually like set up a camp and fast travel.
Right.
But you can't even do that in this one. But it's still cool to go around and just wander around. Well, I guess now you can go to the desert, but even just wander around the plains area and all that stuff, and Sand and Me.
They have built a great sandbox for you to just go fuck around in. It's just fun.
Yeah, I still have to get the legendary beaver. Still have not.
Got to find the old mythical beaver. Got to be done.
Yeah, I can't even imagine what that fight is going to be like. It's probably going to be like dead eye bullets to the beaver head and then done.
Yep. It's not going to be very big.
The bear is like the only one worth a shit, and
you do that first thing.
The bear's region, and it just started barreling at me, and I only had a gun on me bullets that I could fire at one time. So I did 2 bullets into the bear. It destroyed me. I didn't have a chance to fire again. So
those bears are gnarly. That is for sure. You were still clipping real bad, and I think it's probably me. I bet you it's me.
I can hear you just fine though. So
I don't know what's going on. It could be you. I'm not sure, but I'm just letting you know it's still clipping real rough. I'll tell you what I've been playing. So we can keep progressing through the show. I've also played some Red Dead Redemption. I finished it. We talked about it just now. I don't have much more to say. That I cannot wait for Game of the Year. But I would say that game is fantastic, that a lot of people should play it. I think mechanically it has got some issues. Gameplay and story-wise, it makes up for it tenfold. I think the arc there is great. The characters are phenomenal. I was truly, truly moved to some emotion with a few of the people that left us during the game. It was rough. So definitely a really, really solid game. I played some more Night in the Woods, which is a game that I've been working on for a while. I don't even know how long to beat is on Night in the Woods. I probably put in quite a few hours into it. But I just it's a slow burn for me. I pick it up, play about 30 minutes to an hour here and there. I don't do a whole lot with the game. I'm hoping to finish out before Game of the Year, because I would like to be able to talk about it, even though it is not a game that came out this year, but could still wind up on a list somewhere.
Last year.
Last year, yeah. But it could be my favorite game of last year. I'm not sure what it's going to end up like. So how long to beat sits at 11 and a half hours for main and extra. So I probably put in 7 or 8 hours into it.
7 hours of playing the base.
Yeah. I fucked up, and I accidentally skipped one of the band practices in that game the other night, and I'm pissed because I don't know that I can get that song back, so I got to figure that out now. But that's still a great game. I also picked up Rainbow Six Siege for some reason. I had thought about playing that game a while back. I looking for a good first-person shooter, and Siege is something that people have talked about for a while. I got some buddies that play it, and it was on sale on the PlayStation Store for the Advanced Edition for $18, regularly like $80. So I felt good enough to buy it. Do you know much about Siege? Have you watched anybody play it?
I sat in line at PAX for like an hour, and the guy in front of me was talking about how important it was to have really good headphones when you play Rainbow Six, because you can hear people above and below you. So I got to hear all about that.
There's that. Was that when you were waiting to play that?
It was Divinity Original
Sin.
Yeah. So.
I've only played the scenarios, and I played one online match with my buddy Chris. And those scenarios can be fucking tough, like to kind of teach you what the game is and the different scenarios for the game. And the characters, there's so many fucking characters. There's like 30 of each character, like good and bad guys. There's so many things you can learn. It is a massive game.
Can you scan your face?
No, I can't scan my face. Thank God.
They let you do that, and they let you do that in Rainbow Six Vegas.
No one needs that. But the the crux of the game is you gotta have quick hands, quick shooting. You gotta be able to check your corners and just be able to fire at will. And that's something I'm working on right now. I did. They need to fix the community though. There's team killing. They allow you to have team killing, which I think is wrong.
Do you have to eat some stringy meat before you can do some good shooting?
It's uncooked lamb is what I have to eat beforehand.
That sounds like you're gonna get sick.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to make some coffee and take a horse tranquilizer or something to make myself feel better. But we're playing that online match, and somebody popped up on my screen real fast, and again, trying to be fast and try to be good, just pulled the trigger, and it was my buddy Chris. I killed him on accident.
They have friendly fire in there?
Yeah, they're friendly fire and online. They need to fix it. I don't know why. So then I killed him, and it was already 4-on-3, and so I killed Chris. So it was 4-on-2, and then the other guy came up to me and killed me on my team.
Oh, geez.
Like it was just yes, he came up to me and killed me because I killed the other guy.
Well, is there a way to suicide? Did he throw a grenade on the ground?
Nope, he just let himself get killed by the other team. I don't, but I'm like, why let friendly fire be a thing? That doesn't seem right.
I can't remember if it was in Rainbow Six Vegas or not, but yeah, those matches are pretty cool where it's just like 4-on-4 and it's just single death. So
the
I
online
like playing Vegas a lot. But
I'm excited to check this out. I'm going to stream a little bit of it on the Level Up Show podcast YouTube channel at some point. But yeah, Siege seems like a really well-made game. Other than I don't think the community part of being able to have friendly fire is necessary. I would like them to get rid of that. So
is that multiplayer only? I think they don't scrap the single player or whatever.
It is. Yeah, you can do like the scenarios to tutorialize yourself, but there's no single player other than that.
Yeah,
because that's all against bots. And then I played a game. I kind of want to wait for Ralph to talk about too much more in depth. So if you have specific questions or anything you want to hear about, I played more Fallout 76, and I really don't like that game at all.
Yeah, it sounds not good.
Yeah,
sounds like it probably should have never came out. So
it sounds like they had a really great idea that just didn't work in progress, and they put too much out for them to then go and pull it back.
Well, did you hear what they did for that collector's edition? Where they had a $200 collector's edition, and you were supposed to get that helmet, a Brotherhood helmet.
Yeah, that's right.
You were supposed to get a canvas bag, but instead of getting a really nice canvas bag, they sent out a really shitty nylon bag. So, and their remedy for that was to give people $5 worth of in-game credit, which is basically like just pissing in people's face.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, so I don't understand what that was about and why they couldn't give people the canvas bag. Like that seems you can't. I don't think you can do that, can you? You can't just because they pretty much show you what you're going to get. It's the helmet, and they clearly say that you're going to get a canvas bag, and what they ship you is some shitty ass nylon bag.
Yeah, so. That's fucked, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Like the fact that say you buy this game, like Ralph bought this game before it came out, paid full price. That game was less than $30 on Black Friday. Less than 2 weeks after it came out.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't know. If they were a cool company, they would give people whatever the difference is back. Because basically, something similar happened to me when I bought my Nexus phone. It went on sale for like $80 less than when I bought, and I bought like 2 or 3 weeks before Black Friday. So what Google did was, since I bought my phone from Google, they just gave me the Black Friday discount. They just basically credited $80 to my account.
Sure.
So it'd be cool if Bethesda would do that, but there's no way in hell they're not going to do that.
I feel like this game. So I've talked about it a little bit on the. It kind of goes into what the topic was for this week. But I talked about it earlier on Instagram on another person's page. I will read to you what I said. So here's kind of a summation of my thoughts. To me, Fallout 76 is a complete and utter failure. At its core, it is not a Fallout game. Game should have been a slam dunk to bring Fallout Online. Said you get a dead world with no characters to care about, just bots. You're running around doing fetch quests. The matchmaking mechanic, in order for you to play, which is this game is supposed to be a multiplayer game, is broken. My buddy Chris and I could barely sync up together. Say he got booted from the server. That stuff happens. Okay, he comes back in, but then when I try to invite him to a team, he cannot accept the invite. We both have to quit out of the game, reload the game, and then do it all over again. That is a broken mechanic for a game that is supposed to be a multiplayer game. That's fucking stupid. Nothing you do feels worthwhile. All the missions, like you get some experience, but you don't get much. You don't get enough to feel like you're actually leveling. You don't feel like you're going towards anything. It just feels that it's this is not a word that I usually use, but this is a word that I've been hearing quite a bit. It feels arbitrary. It's unnecessary. It's not something you need to be doing. Like there are quests there, but you do not feel like in Fallout 4 and Fallout 3, like you build these characters up, you're doing these things for them, and you feel a little bit more tangible. This just feels fucking pointless.
Well, and they do a lot of stuff to make things a little more difficult than it should be. Like, I was reading too that the things that you can use to pick locks in regular like Fallout 4, Fallout 3, those take up no space in your inventory.
Yep,
they actually take up space. Yeah, so they encumber you.
they do everything they can. Like I don't remember if I told the story or not on the show last week, but my buddy and I, again, Chris and I were playing because Ralph and I did not get to play a whole lot. But we got into this area where I was trying to find what was it? I was looking for a cog or something for a mission, just to finish a mission because I wanted to feel like I was completing something. Didn't complete a mission. We go to this place, find the cogs, kill these bad guys. I get booted from the server. I come back into the server, reload, back into the area, and when I reload, he had killed all the enemies, got some cogs. We're good to go, trying to get out. Then all of a sudden, these level 50 characters show up. Level 50 characters show up.
Humans or enemies?
No, bad guys, enemies. In this zone where these characters were level 14 and 15, and we're also level 14 and 15, level 40 come in and start kicking our ass. Then these two level 26 dudes appear out of nowhere. Humans come in level 26 and are just wrecking these level 45 dudes. Wrecking them. Like, no problem. 20 level difference, and they're killing these fucking bad guys. We roll out, whatever. Again, it feels like, hey, we don't really want you to do a whole lot other than explore, but then when you try to explore, we're going to also gate that by giving you all these fucking hard bad guys that you can't actually overcome.
Were they death claws, or were they?
They weren't. No, they weren't death claws. They were like miners, like some kind of miner. So it just feels that every chance that they give you to, okay, this game isn't a Fallout game. We want you to explore and survive. Okay, so then I try to explore. Oh, but there's these bad guys that are too high level for you, so you can't actually explore all the way that you want to. You better go level up. It's trying to force me to grind out stuff that I don't want to grind out. Like, I have no desire to do that. I just want to play a Fallout game, and it's not. The world is there. I think it looks good. I think the externals are there. The Fallout music is there. The Fallout world is there. The weapons, all that stuff, like, physically feels like a Fallout game, but it does not play like a Fallout game. Not at all. And I think it is. I spoiler alert. It is probably my most disappointing game of the year, and I think a lot of people's.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I know people want to make multiplayer games because that's probably where most of the money is, but I would have preferred they just made another Fallout game, like even like a New Vegas 2 or something, or I don't know, anything would have been better than what they made. Like,
and I think people are a little concerned about Fallout 5, but I don't think they need to be, because Fallout 5 will always be a character-driven narrative, where this game tried to be that and couldn't, because they couldn't functionally put NPCs in the game because it was too hard and would require too much horsepower that these consoles do not have.
Yeah, it'll just be interesting to see what even happens with this game. Like, if it is just going to die,
is it No Man's Sky 2? You know, is it where in 2 years this game is going to be great, or is it dead in the water and they're just going to cut their losses and move on and say they released and tried?
I feel like they definitely could abandon it if they wanted to, but I feel like they won't.
I don't feel like they will, but I don't think they're going to put as much resources into it as they would be.
Because I'm wondering if this game is still making money, even though it got reviewed so poorly.
Oh,
if it's still making money, then they'll probably still.
I think if you liked Minecraft, if you like Minecraft, or you like survival sims or games where you just go around and explore and build, this is a game for you. Like, great. If you want to play this by yourself and do that, awesome. I came to this game to play Fallout with somebody else, and that's not what I got. I got a hot steaming pile of shit.
You can sleep on the ground though and get some viruses
and get AIDS. Yep. Monogonosypha herpes is what I got. I got to find a cure for that. A cure-all. It's got to be around here somewhere.
What clear up on its own?
No. It spreads. It spreads to everyone around me if I don't put on some ointment.
Oh, well.
Real crusty and dry. You start flaking off. By the end of it, if you don't cure it properly, you become a Mirelurk.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No one does. So yeah, in summation, Fallout 76 sucks, and I really, really don't like that game. Fallout
77, though, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, Woodstock, baby, let's get it.
Yeah,
was it Woodstock in 77? I don't even know.
I couldn't tell you.
I think it was 77. I could be wrong, but yeah, that's everything I've been playing. Why don't we go through our
Hendrix at Woodstock?
He was at Woodstock. Yeah, he played the national anthem and played a really good show left-handedly.
When did he die?
Oh,
1970. Boy. So it would have been in the 60s, probably.
Yeah, definitely was way off on that.
Yeah,
way off. So, I think what we'll do for the topic this week is I'm going to bring it up, but I think we're going to wait. I think I'm going to give you what the topic is, and we're going to wait and talk about it next week. Hopefully with Ralph. Ralph did give me some of his thoughts for what it was, but I think what we'll do is we'll put a pin in it, only because the previous technical difficulties what we were having before. So I don't want to get into a deep conversation and have it hiccup again. So we will put a pin in it. But for this week's topic conversation, I asked up on the Facebook. I asked a couple people externally of this place. Here's what I got for you. How do you manage expectations for games? If a game misses the mark, you set in your head of how the game should be and how it's going to play. Does it make it bad? Does it make it like you don't want to play the game anymore? Make you play less at all? Just fucking hate it? What does a game that misses your expectations do? Positively or negatively? Talk to me about it. Facebook.com. The Level Up Show Podcast. You can hit me up there. Level Up Show Podcast on Twitter, TLUSP. We're everywhere. But think about that for next week. We're going to talk about how you manage game expectations and what happens. Again, in my situation, what we're talking about is Fallout 76. This game, in my opinion, should have been phenomenal and is a garbage fire, like a pure dumpster fire.
I don't know. Everything they were saying about it at E3 made it sound pretty questionable.
Yeah, I guess I should have not.
As soon as I heard him say no NPCs, it's just like, I don't know what that is. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
I don't know how that can work.
I almost want to ship you my copy just so you can try it because it's bad.
I don't know if I want to.
Yeah, I doubt that you want to.
Like that was when he was talking about it on that stage, that was the main thing that stuck out of my head, and I was like, I don't think I can play that game. Like that was a huge red flag.
Like the point of a Fallout game to me is the character-driven story.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's literally point A to point B and back to point A. Point A to point B to back to point A. Like that's all it is, and that's not fun. Like I do not have a good time doing it. If I was doing meaningful quests and feeling like I was filling a number, great. But I don't. I don't.
Yeah, know. I just couldn't. It did like he sounded like he was saying two things that didn't like. There's no possible way they could go together. Like he said, he was going to have a really strong narrative, but there's going to be no NPCs.
Yep. And that does not work. That's
like
not a thing.
Who's making the narrative?
Yeah, it's not a real thing. So
some secret Deathclaw narrative going on that you have to find.
I would love it because I have not seen anything that has made me go, holy shit, this is amazing. Like I've had some funny fuck ups and the characters do something dumb, but I've not had a good time with that game. So
does it have the bloody mess perk?
What's that?
Does it have the bloody mess perk?
No, I haven't seen any bloody mess.
What about the stranger? Is there?
No, I haven't seen any stranger. No.
Yeah, sometimes in Fallout, if you have the stranger perk, some stranger will just show up and just shoot the enemy for you.
No, that would be real good, but there's no strangers, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The stranger is me coming into that world and trying to figure out what the fuck I'm supposed to do. But I've not had that game in my system for a few days now, and I don't know that it's ever going to go back in there. I have literally rather chosen to play Red Dead, which I'm finished with. And I'm just doing nothingness. I'm literally just clearing a map. I'm not even doing anything other than riding my horse. And I'd rather do that than play Fallout 76.
No, Red Dead looks a lot better than that game.
Yep, so. You're damn right it does. And even with its broken mechanics, I will play that game way more than I would. I should just play God of War again, but I just can't. Fallout 76, man, just a missing the mark. So talk to me. We'll talk next week about how we manage game expectations. Again, we'll talk about Kingdom Hearts 3 because, again, I've got high expectations for that game, and I need to figure out how I can manage those. Ralph gave me his thoughts. I've got some other thoughts from other people, but I think we'll put a pin in it for this week's edition, and we'll bring it up next week and keep going with it. So, any final thoughts? Any final words, Ryan?
No, not really. I mean, if they could put a Taco Bell in Fallout 76, would that make it any better?
If I could buy a Fallout 76 big chalupa box at the Taco Bell and I got the game for free, then yes.
Well, you got it for free anyway.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, Ralph could have sent you Taco Bell too.
If I knew I got it for free and didn't have Ralph buying it, I would feel better. Knowing that Ralph had to pay for that game makes me feel awful.
What if you bought that chalupa box and you got an Xbox and Fallout 76, the Xbox version? Would that make you feel any better?
It would make me feel better having an Xbox, sure. I would just throw the Fallout 76 copy away.
Okay.
I don't think having an Xbox copy of that game would make it any better. If I open the Fallout copy and somehow it was the Halo collection inside of it, that would make it better.
Oh yeah, you'd probably. I would imagine. Have you ever played any Halo games?
I played one Halo 1 or Halo 2 multiplayer.
How long ago was that? Like when it came out?
Yeah, when it came out.
Oh, yeah. If you played Halo 1 right now, you'd probably think all Halo games are terrible because it's so.
Well, it's like playing Assassin's Creed 1, right? Like I would just think that all Assassin's Creed games
feels old as hell. Does not feel like a modern shooter at all.
Yep. So, thank God Bungie fixed their ways and made Destiny and Destiny 2.
Yeah. Well, those actually the shooting's not bad.
The shooting is.
It's just they are terrible at making the story seem interesting.
Yeah, they do not know how to make a narrative, a good narrative anyway. Cade 6 was their idea of a narrative.
What if they put a bunch of Halos in Destiny?
Are like physical Halos or just like the Halo games?
Well,
like the Halo ships.
I don't know if they could get away with Halo games, but no, you just put a bunch of Halos in there. Just put a bunch of like Earth-looking Halos in there.
Yeah, I'd be into that.
I wonder if they could get away with that.
They could make a skin that made me look like the Master Chief. I'd be okay with that too.
Yeah. Oh, they put the Master Chief skin in Fable, so I don't know. Maybe
anything is possible.
Yeah.
It's not like Destiny isn't on Xbox.
Wonder if you can make a Master Chief looking Sackboy in Little Big Planet. I never played Little Big Planet though, so I don't know.
Soon enough, Dreams will have all your answers because Dreams will be the only game that matters.
When is that coming out? I forgot all about that.
Next year, sometime next year. I think it's middle of the year.
Okay.
It's gonna be a weird fucking game.
Yeah. Is it in VR?
It might be. Who knows? That Borderlands VR game got a bundle.
If you dream in VR, you dream in real life. Is that?
It's just like dying. Yep, it's the same thing. Yeah, you can't get away from it.
Okay.
Dreaming VR, you're gonna come out and be a train. Never mind. Anyway, it's gonna get weird if I say that. So I'm gonna end it beforehand. That's gonna do it for the Duos edition.
You become Hakeem the Dream.
Yeah, Hakeem the Dream Butler is what you become. Yeah.
Oh.
Hakeem the Dream Butler, soon to be second round pick, going to the Dolphins probably, or something bad.
Are you talking about the wide receiver?
Yeah, I would say Cyclones.
Yeah.
Hakeem the Dream Butler.
Pretty tall.
He is a tall guy.
He's not as tall as Elijah Wan, but he's tall for football.
Yeah. He also didn't get chosen to the first Big 12 team, whatever it is, Big 12 first all team, which is very strange to me considering he played so well, but whatever. So
he didn't have a good first half of the season, but
he did not.
Our first quarter of the season, I guess, but
he finished very strong though.
They didn't throw to him at all in the Iowa game, which is nuts.
It's like Iowa not using Fant, you know.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me either. Like
he's their best player.
Well, apparently he's not. If you talk to Kirk Ferentz, he
yeah. I mean, I like Hawk, but I think Fant is the guy.
I was at the Northwestern game that
how
they
sad
lost.
Were you? Yeah, how sad were you?
He had one catch for 0 yards, and he was open a lot.
Yeah,
he wasn't on the field that much, but when he was on the field, he was open, and he was not getting the ball thrown to him, which makes zero sense. And then even against Nebraska, He's from Omaha. He's from Nebraska.
Uh,
The year before, he scored like 2 or 3 touchdowns against them. He caught 1 pass against Nebraska. I don't know how that happens. How are you not letting Fant tear up the Huskers?
I don't know,
everybody wants to see the Huskers get their ass ripped. So
yep. Thankfully, you guys always got the win, but
yeah,
better than us losing to Texas. That was a rough night.
Oh yeah. Texas could screw stuff up for Oklahoma still.
I'm hoping so. I'd like to see Oklahoma get bounced out, but yeah, I think so. I think it would mean for a better bowl game for Iowa State somehow.
It's gonna put Ohio State in there though. You want that?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Georgia's. I personally think Georgia's going to win. I think Georgia's going to win.
That's going to be boring because it's going to be last year all over again.
Yeah, it'll end up being Alabama Clemson.
Are you sure? It might be Alabama Georgia.
No, I think Alabama would fall to 3, so it'd be what was it 1, 4, 2, 3?
It'll be Alabama. Well, so it'll be Alabama, Georgia, Notre Dame, and Clemson. Yeah. So you think it'll be Alabama, Georgia right away in a rematch?
No, it'll be Alabama, Georgia rematch, and then I think Alabama would win the rematch, and it would be Clemson, Alabama again in the finals.
I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that either. I know, but it's. I mean, it's all about money, man.
I don't want to see Notre Dame in there either. I think Notre Dame's actually the weakest.
I don't want to see. I would like to see Clemson win, but other than that, I don't want to see any of those teams in there.
Yeah, just sneak UCF in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's how many years in a row? I mean, not in a row, but how many years have we seen some of these teams do this?
It's been a lot. Like Alabama every year, Clemson pretty much every year. This will be the first time for Notre Dame, I think.
LSU's been around.
Yeah, and then Ohio State's been in there before. Michigan would have been new, but they
couldn't do it.
They shit themselves.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of getting boring. They kind of need to expand it more than 4 teams.
Yeah, it's gonna get real bad real fast. So
it's nuts that Pac-12 I don't think Pac-12's ever been in it.
Not ever. Nope.
Yep.
When the Ducks were so good for so long, what happened?
They couldn't pull off the flying V anymore, and
they got rid of.
They forgot the Ducks fly together. That's what they forgot. So
once that guy punched people, it was all over for the Ducks.
All right, who was that?
It was the running back that you guys have. Your second Blunt. Yeah, it was Blunt. Blunt was punching people. Yeah. Oh, Garrett, what a guy! What a guy! All right, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Level Up Show podcast. Thank you again for tuning in. We will be back hopefully at full strength next week. We'll talk to you about expectations in games, and we'll inch closer to Game of the Year, which is ever approaching. For Ryan, for not so much Ralph because he is away, I am Derek. See, on the flip side, always keep a horse tranquilizer with you, though.
Yeah, Ralph's probably punching somebody right now.
He's punching his horse.
Yeah. Oh, that's something else I forgot. Like, I never once shot my horse in the head.
I never did either. I don't think I ever hit my horse either. I crashed a ton.
Yeah.
But I never punched my horse or killed it.
I shot my horse in the head all the time in the first Red Dead.
Yeah, I didn't have that problem this time.
Which was a real bummer because then you just immediately just topple down to the ground when you shoot your horse.
Not fun. It's definitely not fun. So, all right. Good night.